Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Mama Glow.
That's Latham Thomas. Welcome back. I seen you last time you were here. I couldn't remember. I had to go do something for TV.
Yeah, and you had your book coming out,
that's right,
which is doing really well.
Yes, It's doing great. Good to see you. How's everything?
Everything is so good. I'm so glad to see y'all, too. Thank you so much for having me. Always just let me come up here.
Yeah, you know, tomorrow is the big Doula Expo.
Yes, we're so excited.
Tell the people what the Doula Expo is.
So the Doula Expo is the first and only event of its kind that centers doulas, caregivers, families, and lifting up policy changes and shifts that we can make to have like better maternal health outcomes. But it's also a festival, so there's live music, there's a lot of brands activating, and it's a place where you can just kick it, chill, rest. There's food. It's just a place for community to come together, and we're really excited because we have a lot of support from local officials. We have the Brooklyn Borough President, Antonio Reynoso, who's going to come and do some opening remarks, and he's leading up the Maternal Health Task Force, and so he's really also committed to improving maternal health and making Brooklyn the safest place to give birth in New York. So we're happy to have him, and we have the public advocate, Jamani Williams, will be there too, making some remarks. You'll be there.
I will be there. I'm in conversation. What's the brother?
Charles Johnson.
Charles Johnson. Yes.
Yeah, which we're excited about because, you know, I think it's so important to center fathers in this conversation. You know, a lot of us, you know, including myself, are in a position to sort of speak from the lens of being a woman and being impacted, you know, and having family members impacted and obviously friends by the maternal health crisis. But, you know, we never really get to hear fathers in a certain light. And so I'm really interested for this conversation that y'all will have that can not only shed light on the lens of fatherhood, but also sort of, you know, what fathers are doing and specifically what Charles has done in terms of impacting on legislation to improve maternal health.
Yeah, I first heard of Charles' story. I think I was watching, I think it was on CNN, if I'm not mistaken. They did a story on him because sadly he lost his wife during childbirth.
Yeah. And it was unfortunate because they were inside the hospital and she was let to bleed for 10 hours internally after a routine C-section. And so he's now in a civil rights lawsuit with Cedars-Sinai, which is a huge deal because the lawsuit is actually directed towards medical racism. So it'll set a precedent, you know, if he's able to win this case.
Wow.
I want to ask you, I know you're up here promoting this, but when you've seen all the mass hysteria about the shortage of formula. What is your thoughts on that?
So it's really interesting. I saw something that said that people were gouging folks on like eBay, selling formula for like $300.
It's serious.
Yeah. And so it's interesting. At the Doula Expo, we actually have a company called Bobby, which is a formula company that does a European-style formula, which is important because American formula is actually like not regulated in the way that Europe regulates theirs, and so they have better safety.
What's the name of the company?
It's called Bobby, Bobbie.
Yes, I heard. You know what? I have a 5-month-old, and somebody was telling us about it, and it was saying that over there the formulas are a lot better.
Yeah,
it was like they're regulated, they're richer in ingredients.
Yes, and so and lots of people ship them, right? And so Bobby being American made by moms, you know, people, and also scientists, obviously, we got to get you some, you know, if you guys are needing formula because they're just committed. And their whole thing is, you know, creating a product, but understanding that, you know, breast milk is obviously the gold standard for infant nutrition, right? We know that, but not everybody gets to breastfeed. And about 3/4 of women end up using formula at some point. So it's important to have an option that makes sense for people. So I'm all for people having access. Bobby's amazing. They donated 1,000 cans of formula to the Mama Glow Foundation for us to make sure that people have access to formula. So we're really happy to be partnered with them. We'll have a conversation actually about this crisis, what it means for people at the Doula Expo too. And if people can't come, they can live stream it also. We have it on the Mama Glow Facebook. We'll be live streaming Saturday's event as well. But
I'm glad y'all having that conversation because I saw the argument this week and I was like, why does everything have to turn into an argument online? But it's like, because I think somebody said, I forgot who it was. Bette Midler. Yeah. And she just basically was like, y'all should be breastfeeding anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because we all know that like that's the best way to feed our babies. We understand that, right? Like science proves that. But it's different to say that someone should do something, but look at the social factors that like stack against your ability to breastfeed, right? A lot of people have not good social support. Some people don't have the support of their families. Some people don't have models of folks who breastfed. Like, I breastfed my son until he was 3 years old, which was probably like longer than most people, you know, but it was comfortable for us. I had the model of my mother who breastfed me till a year and change, and then my sister too. And so she was helping me, right? But she was the first one, you know, generationally to do that because my grandmother did not breastfeed them. And so I had that model, but not everybody has that. And also think about 1 in 4 women go to work 10 days after having a baby.
Wow.
So in the United States, right, because we don't have paid leave. So because of how we have set these things up structurally, it makes it challenging for people. So it's very easy for someone who gets to stay home, who has paid leave, who, you know, is not going to work for maybe 6 months or so or a year, like other countries, for instance, they can breastfeed, right? Because they have those supports. They have, you know, postpartum doula support or nurse support. Here people have to actually cobble together what their support looks like, as you know, right? Hiring a postpartum doula or birth doula, you know, hiring lactation consultants, seeing a nurse. Like, you have to create this birth village around yourself, but not everybody has access to that. So yes, it's cheap, it's free, it's the right temperature when you do the breast milk, right? It comes out the temperature it needs to be. It has all the nutrients the baby needs, and we advocate for that. But we have to also understand there are social factors and also health factors. Some people have, you know, one of the things that I love about Bobby, for instance, is they actually donate formula to women who've had mastectomies, who haven't been able to breastfeed because of cancer, right? And so, you know, there's reasons for why people can't do it. And instead of judging, because it's really not the time to judge. Babies need to be fed.
That's
and
right.
so the goal is to make sure babies are fed.
Absolutely.
That's why you got to go to the Doula Expo tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, get information like that.
Yeah, give them the
Yes.
information again and how they could, if they can't make it, how they could live stream.
Yeah, so you should come to join us in Brooklyn, 25 Kent. It's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, really easy to get to. It is from 10 to 6 on Saturday. And on live stream, it's on Facebook at Mama Glow on Mama Glow Facebook platform for the Doula Expo. You'll see it there. You can just join the live stream or set a little alert. And the live stream will start from like 11 a.m. onward. And then we're excited. I mean, the conversations are going to be amazing. We have a live performance from Lion Babe, who will be talking, you know, about her birth experience. She also used doulas, but she's also going to give us a nice special performance. So it's going to be really exciting. So just come through. And if somebody's coming from the Breakfast Club, you know, I know a lot of folks in our community would like to come. And I know folks have been impacted by COVID and, you know, money is tight for folks. So if you guys want to come, if you're listening, if you're local in the tri-state area, you can use the code The Breakfast Club, and then that'll get you free entry into the expo, and we'd love to have you come.
Oh, wow. What's the website again so they'll know that?
DoulaExpo.com, and the code to register would be The Breakfast Club at checkout.
Wow. And if somebody out there is considering a doula, and they have a lot of questions, why would you encourage them to come to the expo?
Yeah,
tomorrow?
So this is a space where you'll be able to meet doulas and care providers. You'll be able to meet organizations that are actually impacting on policy, like the March of Dimes. They're having a listening lounge, and they'll be doing a policy-driven conversation in the beginning of the day, but they have a lounge where you can come and share the experience that you had in your birth or what you're hoping for. You can talk to doulas and other care providers. You can talk to people if you're on your fertility journey. There's a company, Ovia Health, which we're excited about, who will do a whole kind of like fertility, like myths and truths so that you can understand like how to optimize fertility. There's all kinds of things along the pre and postnatal continuum in terms of conversations that we're excited about. But it's just going to be amazing. And also Karen Parsons, who y'all know from Fresh Prince, she's our MC. Okay. So, you know, she also is a big supporter of
Hillary.
doulas as
I don't
well.
want to say Hillary, but Hillary.
Banks.
Yes.
Hillary Banks, okay? Hillary Banks is also one of our MCs. So it's just going to be a fun day. So just come through, enjoy yourself. There's food. We have a food court. If you have children, too, we have a play area. I'm most excited about this because I wish I could go play the whole day. But there's an incredible company founded by two fathers called Lalo, and they make all this amazing like play furniture for kids. So we have an incredible play space. It'll be like school, but the kids can play. We have Play-Doh. We have activities. And then we have the Bobby Infant Feeding Lounge, so folks could breastfeed, bottle feed, formula feed, no judgment. And then we have a lounge, a mental health lounge for Kate Spade, who is our mental health partner. And they're creating an amazing space for folks to like, tap into mental health resources, et cetera. So it's like a birth village. I think about this, and that's our theme this year, is the birth village. And so I think about all of the supports it takes to have a safe and healthy, dignified birth. And you need resources, you need community. So it's everybody from the community coming in together in one space, and you get to get the information, but you don't have to soak it up like it's school. It's experiential, right? So there are talks on the stage, but then there's experiences and booths and people to talk to, and small businesses. I'm really excited about the tiny businesses, tiny and mighty businesses that are showing up, and people like this woman, Joanna, I can forget her last name, from this company called Raise Roots. And she's this Asian sister who is from Philly, and she created a postpartum tea. And it was based on like her experience with postpartum depression. And so this is her second year coming back, and she just had a baby, and she's like, I'm not missing it. So we have people like that, all the way to, larger companies like, Bobby or March of Dimes or Ovia Health and companies like that.
So give them the location again.
25 Kent, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. DoulaExpo.com to get tickets. We can't wait to see y'all. And gift bags are going to be crazy, so don't miss it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us again. And get out there this weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. So see you out there. That's Saturday from 10 to 6 p.m. 25
The Doula Expo
in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And we appreciate you for joining us.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
It's Latham Thomas. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.